Media Trust Limited, publishers of Daily Trust, our leading newspaper in Nigeria, is launching membership portal to sustain connection with loyal readers and consumers of its contents. The project is one innovation introduced by Daily Trust that will bring about robust journalism in the digital era. The formal launch is coming up on Thursday afternoon in Abuja. We have in the studio Editor-in-Chief of Daily Trust newspaper, Malam Naziru Mikailu, to discuss the membership project. Good morning, and it's good to have you join us.
Yeah, good morning.
Tell us about this initiative. I haven't heard much about this in certain quarters. What's the idea behind this?
Okay, thank you so much. I think the idea behind this membership project is largely to do with some of the changes that are taking place in the media industry globally, because we have seen technological advancements, bringing in social media and other digital platforms. So traditional news organizations now have to find a way to connect more to their readers, their audiences, in order to sustain and also improve the journalism that we produce. So based on this, we now realize that there is need to improve that connection between our editors or our newsroom in general and our readers. So that is why we thought about this idea of membership, which has been tested and proved in other places, notably not in Nigeria. Of course, in Nigeria, there's only one media house that has also that is also trying it. But globally, especially in advanced countries, this thing has been tested, and a lot of media organizations are now using it. So that is why we say, okay, let us also try it, because we believe we have loyal readers that can join this initiative and also try to help Media Trust in what it's doing.
What are some of the targeted audience that you are looking at with this initiative?
So at the beginning, we're looking at our loyal readers, because we have done a research and found out that after being around for 23 years, Daily Trust has a lot of loyal readers. These readers are our stakeholders. Everything that we do, we care first about our audience before any other interest. So that is why we are going for them at the beginning, because they believe in what we do and we believe in them. You hear sometimes when we make mistakes or we do something, you hear people calling and complaining and feeling like they own the company, which they do actually in real sense. So so we encourage that, and we are riding on that to bring them on board, to say, okay, please come. This is your initiative. We want you to take additional ownership of this by subscribing to Trust Plus, so that you continue to play a role in whatever decision that we make and in the journalism that we produce, because you believe in it. You have been with us for many years, and we want you to continue. And the next target is also the youth. That is why we're bringing Youth Bill and Career Bill to target Gen Zs and millennials. So these are the core targets.
So how do you see this impacting on the kind of services that Media Trust provide? Of course, it's information driven, but in what specific ways are we expecting that there will be, an impact?
Okay, number one is the connection, improving the connection between our journalists and our readers. At the moment, the journalists usually sit in their offices and think about, well, today we should do a story about Zamfara. Tomorrow, let's do about Lagos. let's do about Senate, let's do about Buhari, APC, PDP. So we are the one sitting in our offices and deciding this with little input from our readers, who are the consumers. So we put it out there for them, not really knowing whether they're actually interested in that or not. So it's more or less like one-way kind of information or communication. But even though we have some mechanism where audiences do send in their comments, for example, via text messages or via WhatsApp or letters to the editors and things like that, but that also is one way. But what the membership is now trying to do is to open our door to our readers to say, okay, you are the real stakeholders. You can also contribute in our news decision making and also in the production process. For example, some of the members, one of the benefits that the members will get, it's opportunity to be attending meeting and conferences with our journalists and with our editors, those who happen to be in Abuja or who by any chance they find themselves in Abuja to do something, they can come in and attend our editorial meetings and contribute in the generation of ideas and even in deciding topics to cover. You can see that's number one. Number two, these same readers also have the opportunity to connect via special events that we will be organizing that are specific and also exclusive to members. So they can now connect, they can learn about how we operate, but also about other things that will help them in their own professional lives. We are also creating a special section for columnists who are specific for this project. So these are professionals, Nigerians from not only in Nigeria, but including those in diaspora, who can now be writing about their areas of specialization for the benefits of other people. But before they write, unlike the regular columnists where maybe Bulama Bakarchi or any of our columnists will now decide to say, okay, today I want to write about banditry. Tomorrow I want to write about the Naira. No, these columnists will interact with the membership team, with the journalists to say, okay, these are the things that I want to write about this month. Well, the journalist will say, oh yeah, this is good, but maybe can you do it this way? Or the journalist will suggest the topic to the columnist, but the columnist will say, well, this thing is good, but if we do it this way, it will have more impact. So you can see, so there is that conversation and understanding. So that's another one. That is in terms of interaction. But also because there is a student aspect to it, these students will have an opportunity to go into a mentoring program. For example, we'll attach them with some of our senior and experienced journalists who will be mentoring them so that they will be able to report happenings not only around their campuses but also around their communities, so that they can grow up with that.
So if
culture.
I get you right, this is more like going to be a kind of a people-based kind of journalism, a kind of human interest journalism that we are seeing. Now, it's a very important thing, but I want you to talk about how important is this in the times that we're in, to have this kind of journalism that focuses more on the people.
It is very important because research all over the world is showing like the interest in media or news media is kind of like going down because of the proliferation of social media and all these digital media companies that are not really trustworthy. So they are corrupting the system. People feel like the media industry is neglecting them. It's not giving them a chance. So this thing will try and address some of these concerns.
So you think that there's a lack of trust between the people and the media these days?
Yeah, because you can see people are saying, well, what you're reporting is not really what we are interested in, or is not really a true picture of what we are seeing on the ground sometimes, especially when people on social media are also spreading fake information. So people are struggling to differentiate what is true, what is right, what is wrong, you know. So that is the problem. But by the time you now bring the audience closer, so they know and they also take responsibility. They feel they are stakeholders, and which we believe they should, because that is not a one-way information. But they will also support the process, the journalism that we produce, and then you can see all these. It will reduce fake news, all this fake information that it's people are peddling. It will reduce that.
Mm. Do you see this as a way to also help with providing information and intelligence, especially as it concerns insecurity and all of that? Do you think that this could also help in, gathering of information?
Yes, not really like intelligence per se to maybe to security agencies, but in a way, obviously, the main idea why media organizations are doing reporting conflict is not really because they like the conflict or they want it to continue. No, because they want the security agencies to also know what is happening so that they take advantage of those situations, and then go and act to bring the situation to an end or under control. So that is really the thing. So I think it's along the same line. Some of the information that we're going to produce, security agencies are free because it's public information. They can take some of it that they believe is useful and act. For example, there was a time when Daily Trust profiled one bandit leader who shot down an Air Force jet in Zamfara. So there were some complaints about, why are you glorifying these terrorists? We said it's not about him. We're trying, because we are yet to hear anything on that incident up to date. So, but this, we know, we were able to trace the person behind that, responsible for that. So by profiling him, in a way, you are now helping the security agencies to know the area, the location, the person, and what he has been doing. You can see. So that would really help them to get information that will aid their work. So this is, I think, is in the same line.
Okay. What are the criteria for people to join this, portal? Are there any specific lay-down guidelines for people participating in this?
Yeah. So on the website, which is membership.dailytrust.com, there are a lot of information on that, including the frequently asked questions. And the major thing is anybody, it's free for anyone to go and join. And although there is a subscription fee, but it's not like it's pay as you can, kind of like format. So there's no fixed amount. So individuals can pay as they can. And then, but the minimum is 1,000 naira per month. And then there is a monthly, and then there is a quarterly subscription that anybody can do. So when you go there, it's a very simple portal. You just put your name and your email, and then it takes you to the payment section, and then you will get your login details. So anytime you go back, you log in. So apart from that, that's for the general public, and then for students, it's free. So students are not required to pay, but they are required to fill in a form that will show that they are actually students. Yeah. So after that, then we send them a coupon that will allow them to log in.
Okay. So what are some of the benefits? Maybe you can talk more on that. You've mentioned a few the other time. Is there any kind of reward maybe for certain people who have contributed, quite a lot in the process of this?
Okay. So it's good to also understand, first of all, that the money that people will contribute is going to be used to produce the kind of journalism that the portal is launched specifically to provide. Number one is special and investigative reports, which are costly to produce. So that is why we said, so any money generated from this will be channeled into that. And then apart from that, we have what we call Career Bill. So this Career Bill is a portal about education and career, teaching people, especially young people, how they should plan their career after graduation, during school, and also what are the jobs opportunities that are out there and how do they go for them, you know. So all this kind of information. There will also be, apart from the written articles about that, there will also be events and job fairs that we'll be organizing, and also we'll be gathering experts to give out talks about career. So for young people, so now they begin to take a very informed decision. And also we have a youth bill. The youth bill is targeting millennials and Gen Zs. So this one is also focusing, that's where the students come in, because it's for youth. And then it also, because we have a lot of issues in our society. So we believe having a youth bill will now help to guide these young people right from their school days, you know, so that they can make an informed decision about their studies, their career, you know, post-graduation decision making, all these kind of things. So this platform will help them to also connect with each other. And you can see, and they also connect with professionals, because these special columnists are professionals from different parts of the field. Some of them are actually employers. So you can see, so the students and the young people have the opportunity to connect with them. So apart from learning, they will also connect with potential employers and other entrepreneurs. So they will learn a lot.
Very, very interesting there. We are speaking with Naziru Mikailu, Editor-in-Chief, Daily Trust newspaper, talking to us about the new initiative of Media Trust to engage readers by, you know, launching a new portal. Now, when is this launching going to happen for our viewers who maybe checking their phones and checking the Daily Trust website right now to see whether if that is up already?
Okay, yeah, so it is actually up. Because what we did was we publish a statement in today's newspaper, the hard copy, and then at the same time the statement goes online as well on the Daily Trust website, but it's also on the membership website. So the membership website and the Daily Trust website are connected. So people would now, when they visit either Daily Trust website or the membership website, they will see it, and they will see one or two stories around the thing. But the actual thing is gradual, is taking place from today onward. So we will be putting all the other different aspects of the portal will be coming to force, I think, in the coming days. But at the moment it's launched and people can go and sign up. And if you're a student, there is a link that you can also go in there and provide your information, and we'll send you a code that will allow you to permanently become a member.
It's very, very interesting to have this kind of arrangement, especially looking at the fact that it's not very common in Nigeria. What are some of the targeted audience that you are looking at with this initiative?
So at the beginning, we're looking at our loyal readers, because we have done a research and found out that after being around for 23 years, Daily Trust has a lot of loyal readers. These readers are our stakeholders. Everything that we do, we care first about our audience before any other interest. So that is why we are going for them at the beginning, because they believe in what we do and we believe in them. You hear sometimes when we make mistakes or we do something, you hear people calling and complaining and feeling like they own the company, which they do actually in real sense. So so we encourage that, and we are riding on that to bring them on board, to say, okay, please come. This is your initiative. We want you to take additional ownership of this by subscribing to Trust Plus, so that you continue to play a role in whatever decision that we make and in the journalism that we produce, because you believe in it, you have been with us for many years, and we want you to continue. And the next target is also the youth. That is why we're bringing Youth Bill and Career Bill to target Gen Zs and millennials. So these are the core targets.
All right. Now, how can we guarantee that, or I would say, how can you guarantee that this initiative is not used as a platform for those who may desire or wish to spread falsehood and all of that in terms of making their contributions and sending their stories? What are the things that you are putting in place to make sure that whatever you get is authentic?
Okay, so introducing this membership project is not in any way going to replace or take away the normal journalistic processes that news production and publication is about. So we're going to maintain that. This is even an added layer or something that will support the existing gatekeeping and news production processes. So we are the editors. Their role remain as editors. They will be the one to decide at the end what goes out or what is dropped. But in this case, what we are saying, our pool of reporters is now increasing. We are now increasing our pool of reporters. Apart from the so-called Daily Trust reporters, now all our audiences and members of Trust Plus are also part of our news gathering processes. So that's what we are saying.
So what are some of the benefits that the Media Trust aims to get, from this? Is it in cash? Is it, what form? Or what are the benefits for you?
So the most important benefit for us is maintaining or retaining our loyal audience. So they've been with us and they will continue to be with us. So that's number one. And we're also going to hoping to target the young ones who will grow up with a different culture of news consumption. So unlike maybe myself and you, so we consume differently, but these young ones, these Gen Zs, they will grow up with a different culture, with the Instagram culture, TikTok culture, and what have you. So we are also targeting them. And then the other thing is some of the financial contributions that people will make to support the journalism that we do. So that is also another benefit. So these are the three key things that we're looking at.
Okay, we know that Media Trusts, have expanded and is still expanding. We have other layers of the Media Trust Limited. We have the TV, we have the paper, and other digital platforms as well. So how can these other platforms, benefit from this new arrangement?
So some of the special contents, for example, investigation and special reports, are going to be in multimedia format. So they will be available in the paper. They will also be available on digital, on TV, and also on all the other social media channels. And the key thing that we're doing, this portal, these stories are not going to be behind any paywall. So they are going to be free for everybody to access. But the other key benefits are the ones that are restricted to members. But the content that we produce, or we're going to produce, are going to be free for anyone visiting any of our platforms. So you can see this will allow the TV audience, the digital audience, the newspaper readers to access and benefit from the contents that are going to be produced.
Well, thank you so much for coming and sharing this idea with us. We thank you so much. We've been speaking with Naziru Mikailu, Editor-in-Chief, Daily Trust newspaper. And Daily Trust is launching a digital platform for all its loyal readers and followers. Thank you so much for this time.
Thank you.
Yes.